Now, the greatest radio shows of all time.
Suspense.
The Shadow Node.
Washington calling David Harding, counter-spy.
Classic radio theater.
The Great Gildersleeve.
Fibber McGee and Molly.
Dragnet. Gunsmoke.
The Lone Ranger.
Now, step back into a time machine with your host, Wyatt Cox.
Good evening, friends of the Inner Sanctum.
During the summer of 1953, the Rexall Company brought back Dick Powell to fill in as Richard Diamond Private Detective for the regular Amos and Andy show. And so we have a few more episodes of Richard Diamond Private Detective. This one, entitled The Rifle Case, goes back to June 28th, 1953.
Listen while the makers of Rexall drug products and 10,000 independent Rexall family druggists bring you Dick Powell as Richard Diamond, Private Detective. Your Rexall family druggist brings you a transcribed half hour with Richard Diamond, Private Detective, starring Dick Powell.
Mr. Diamond?
That's right. Come in.
My name is Hayden, Gustav Hayden.
How do you do, Mr. Hayden? Won't you have a seat?
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
What can I do for you?
I would like for you to protect me for the next 2 days.
Protect you from what?
Well, maybe I should start at the beginning. By trade, I am a gun maker. Before I was fortunate to come to this country, I worked in German. Do you mind if I smoke?
Go right ahead. He pulled out a very old hand-carved pipe and stuffed it into a worn leather pouch. He was a little man, a few inches over 5 feet. I guessed his age to be somewhere in the 60s. He talked of his home in Germany before Hitler had moved in with the stormtroopers. He told me about his wife and how she had died in a prison camp because she was anti-Nazi.
They allowed me to work because I was making a very advanced rifle, and Adolf could use such a rifle. But when they took my wife, I destroyed my blueprints and was myself interned in another prison camp. They tried to beat my secret out of me. I lived. Somehow. Then the war was over.
Your pipe's gone out.
Oh, so it is. I hope I'm not boring you, Mr. Diamond.
Well, not at all, no.
I have a sister, Anna. I sent her to America before the trouble came. She's a widow and has one son. Perhaps you have heard of her son, Mr. Diamond, William Ehrlich?
No, I can't say that I have.
Well, you will. He's a lawyer. Someday he will be a very big lawyer.
You said you wanted me to protect you, Mr. Hayden.
Yeah. My sister, with the help of William, arranged for me to come to the United States. I was quite ill when I arrived, and they sent me to their summer cabin in the Catskills. I soon was better and took great pleasure in this place, so they have allowed me to stay at the cabin and make it my home.
See.
Willie even made for me a complete workshop at my disposal, and in the last 2 years, I've occupied myself with my old trade.
Making guns?
Yeah. I have finally produced my new rifle, Mr. Diamond, and someone has tried to steal it.
Well, if somebody's trying to steal it, you should go to the FBI or the police.
I think of that, Mr. Diamond, but it would involve my sister and her son. I'm not sure how good this rifle is until after I test it, and I don't wish to have my family involved unless the rifle is a good one.
Have you any idea who might have tried to steal it?
No.
How long do you want protection?
Only for 2 days while I test the gun, and then I want somebody to go with me to the right people, so I may show the rifle to them.
Well, I charge $100 a day in expenses, Mr. Hayden.
I have no money, only what Billy gives to me each month for living costs, but if you will take a chance with me, Mr. Diamond, that the rifle is a success, I will see you are well rewarded.
And if the government doesn't want the rifle?
Then, like myself, I'll have lost such a time and effort.
Where's the rifle now?
in my shop in the Catskills.
Well, if somebody's already tried to steal it, aren't you taking a big chance?
Oh, that's a caretaker there. My nephew hired him when I moved in.
Where was the caretaker when the attempt was made to steal the rifle?
We were both asleep. I heard a noise in the shop and went out to see. Albert, that's the caretaker, heard it also. We both got to the shop about the same time. Whoever it was, we must have frightened him away, but someone had been there. The window was open and much of my equipment had been moved.
All right, Mr. Hyden, I'll gamble with you.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Diamond, thank you. I'm going to see my sister now, but I will meet you at the ticket window 11, Grand Central Station, at 8 o'clock. Well, look what just walked in.
Hello, Sergeant Otis. You're looking exceptionally well this afternoon. Had a haircut, didn't you?
Yeah, how's it look?
Doesn't it confuse you, Barber, working on two heads at once?
No.
No. Hello, Walt.
Well, good afternoon, Mr. Diamond.
I want you to do me a favor, Fatty.
Rick, I've thought of everything. There's no way I can get rid of Otis and make it look like suicide.
Then do me another favor.
All right.
Check on a man named Gustav Hayden, German citizen. Been in this country for a couple of years.
What's it all about?
Ooh, confidential. Like to tell you, but I can't.
Okay, I'll see what I can find out for you.
Thanks. I've got to take a little trip tonight around 8. I'll be at home if you come up with anything. Hey, what the...
That's Diamond, all right. Pick him up and drag him over to the bed.
Sure. Okay.
Put him up on the bed.
A heavy son of a gun.
Wake him up.
Come on. Come on, wake up.
Here's some water.
Hey, he's coming around. Yeah, he's with us.
Okay. Now, don't try to get up or we'll have to belt you again.
Oh, what's this all about?
We want the plans.
Oh, you do, huh?
And we're going to get them.
I guess I'm in a hole. I don't give you the plans, you work me over. Believe me, I hate to mention it, but I haven't got them.
Take off your coat, Max.
Sure.
Go over and turn on that radio.
Right.
Now, look, I told you
Yeah,
that...
I know. You don't have the plans.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
And remember, friends, there's a federal excise tax to pay on all television.
Get some music.
So buy now and...
Turn it up. Okay, come here.
You want me to take over?
Yeah. I'll keep the gun on him.
No, why, you jerk.
Lie down. Go on. Work on these ribs.
Okay. Hey. You better tell us.
Oh, you knuckleheads. I can't tell you if I don't know.
Oh, he's sure stubborn.
Hold it. Not a noise out of you, Diamond.
Blue eyes, come on, open up.
Who is it, Diamond?
It's my brother-in-law.
Come on, Diamond, get out of the sack. I got something for
If you don't want him to get hurt, get rid of him.
But he's got something for me.
Well, get it and tell him to beat it. Go on over to the door, but don't let him in. I'll be right behind you.
Okay.
Well, it's about time. Say, what's with you?
Look,
I thought you...
Walt, tell Marge and the kids I can't come over. I'm busy.
What? Look...
And about the fur coat, tell her I couldn't get it for under $4.18.
Huh?
$4.18, and I don't want to get stuck with it.
Oh. Yeah, sure. I'll tell her.
You said you had something for me?
It'll keep. I'll give it to you when you got more time.
Sorry, but you know how it is. Business.
Sure.
Tell Marge I'm sorry. I couldn't come over.
I'll tell her. See you soon.
Hey,
Yeah?
what kind of a coat you buy for $418?
Beaver.
A beaver? Well, I could have gotten it for you for half.
Forget it. Over on the bed, Diamond.
Look, I swear I don't know about plans or anything else.
We got a lot of time. Maybe after a little while you'll remember. Move.
All right.
Now, let's see. Where was I? Oh, yeah.
Come on, Diamond. The plans the little guy gave you.
Sorry, I wish I could help.
We know the guy came to your office an hour ago. If he didn't give you the plans, he told you where they are.
I had one customer in the office today.
Yeah, and what did he want? Max?
Look. It wasn't anything about plans.
What was it? Again, Max.
Max kept working, and I took it. For one reason, because I had to. For another, I knew Walt had gotten a 418 tip. In police code, that meant a slugging. It was sooner than I expected. I looked over at the open window at the back of the room, and there was Walt, looking in from the fire escape.
Come on, Diamond. I'm getting tired.
And I feel rested, huh?
Okay.
Drop the gun.
Hey, look out!
Rick?
Okay. Here. Get this guy off me, Walt.
Okay. There.
Oh, thanks.
Well, this one's had it.
You got both of them.
This one tried, and the other went for his. They're both dead.
Oh, turn off that radio, will you?
Okay. Why were they working you over?
Well, they wanted something I didn't have. Something they thought my client gave me this afternoon.
Gustav Hayden?
Yeah. You find out anything about him?
Well, nothing incriminating. Got a whole background on him here.
I'll read it on the way down to Grand Central. Hayden didn't want the law in on this, but with 2 men dead, as far as I'm concerned, that puts it right in your lap.
June 28th, 1953, Richard Diamond, private detective on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox.
You ever make a change and then think, why didn't I do this years ago? Well, that's how people feel about switching to Medishare for their health care, especially now with inflation the way it is. People are very happy with the savings. Most families save about $500 a month when they switch. It's a huge help when prices are going up so fast in so many other areas. And Medishare's customer satisfaction rate is double that of health insurance. It's just a different experience, and people really like that. Medishare is an alternative to health insurance. It's a community of Christians who share each other's healthcare bills, and it's been going strong for over 25 years. It really is the gold standard, the most trusted name in healthcare sharing. Find out why people love it. Find out why they rave about the customer service, and find out how good it feels to save some money right now. They're super easy to talk to. Here's the number, 833-34-BIBLE. That's 833-34-BIBLE, 833-34-BIBLE.
Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. 16 episodes would run in the summer of 1953. That would bring to the end of Dick Powell as Richard Diamond, private detective. This episode, June 28, 1953.
And now back to tonight's adventure with Richard Diamond, private detective, starring Dick Powell.
Well, this is it, Walt. I was supposed to meet him here with the ticket window.
Oh, where is he?
I don't see him. This is ticket window 11. Let's give him a few minutes. And we gave Gustav Hayden more than a few minutes. At 8 o'clock, we were still waiting. At 8:15, the train Hayden and I were supposed to take pulled out.
You stood up.
Yeah. Let's check with the ticket seller. Pardon me, sir. May I talk with you for a minute?
Certainly. What can I do for you?
Police business.
Oh.
Did you notice a little man standing near this window? About 5'3", big bunch of gray hair, old brown hat and suit, button shoes.
Smoking a big pipe?
That's it?
Sure, couldn't help but notice him. Stood around for about 15 minutes.
See him leave?
Yeah, left with a man. Big guy.
You remember what the big guy looked like?
I didn't pay much attention. Just big.
What do you think, Rick?
I think we better look up Gustav Hayden's sister.
What is this all about, Lieutenant? Gustav left for the train station an hour ago. He was going back to the mountains.
Now, it's nothing to be alarmed about, Mrs. Ehrlich. He just didn't take the train.
Are you certain?
We checked.
But I still don't understand. Mr. Diamond, what is your interest in my brother?
Well, he retained me this morning to protect him.
To protect him?
Protect him from what? Well, Mr. Ehrlich, he said someone was trying to steal a new rifle he was developing.
A new rifle?
A gun he started designing a long time ago in Germany.
He never told us anything about it.
Well, I don't believe he wanted to involve you until it was all finished and tested. If it was a success, he was going to turn it over to the government.
He certainly kept it a secret. I helped him fix up a workshop, but I just thought it was to keep him occupied. An old man, you know, wanted to keep busy.
And Mr. Diamond, you think something's happened to him because of this rifle?
Well, maybe not. But if you hear from him, please contact Lieutenant Levinson at the 5th Precinct Police Station. Anna Ehrlich gave us the location of the mountain cabin where Hayden was living, and we left. Walt went back to the station, put out a description on the missing gunsmith, and I caught the next train for the Catskills. It was morning when I climbed off the train and hired an old car to take me the 5 miles back into the woods. 20 minutes of bumpy road, and I arrived at the cabin to be met by the caretaker. Thanks, driver.
You want something?
Oh, yes, Mr. Hayden.
What did you want him for?
He's here.
Well, didn't you think he'd be?
I'd like to talk to him, please.
I don't know. He's in kind of a strange mood. Came in about 4 this morning, acting like he'd seen a...
Albert.
Yeah, Mr. Hayden.
Show the gentleman in.
Yes, sir.
It will be all, Albert.
Yes, sir.
Well, Mr. Diamond, what are you doing here?
I saw your sister.
You talked with my sister?
That's right.
Your face is bruised.
2 men beat me up.
Mr. Diamond, I did not meet you at the station because I changed my mind. I'm so sorry you made this long trip, but I have no need for your service.
No? What changed your mind?
I decided not to go on.
Who was the man you left the station with, the big man? The ticket agent saw you.
Oh, he must have made a mistake.
This is police business now, Mr. Hayden.
Please leave.
I can't. I want to know what this is all about.
Please, I can't tell you.
I'd like to see your rifle, Mr. Hayden.
Mr. Diamond, I don't care what has happened. I cannot allow it.
Mr. Hayden, you might as well cooperate. If I leave here, I'll leave with you.
Oh, no. You don't know what that would mean.
Look, the 2 men who beat me up are dead. There's a dragnet out for you. Now, if you want me to help, maybe I can do you some good. It's up to you.
I must think.
Okay. But while you're thinking, I'd like to see that rifle.
Of course. I keep it locked in this closet. All that's left is to test it.
Beautiful. I'd like to fire it.
I have decided to tell you everything, Mr. Diamond.
And I'm glad.
You were right about the big man I was leaving the station with. He warned me to forget my dealings with you and not to call in the police. Then he drove me here and demanded the rifle and the plans. I told him the rifle was not nearly finished, but I gave him a set of blueprints and he left.
Then they've got the plans?
They have some plans. I expected something like this, and I drew up several sets of blueprints that will be no good to anyone. But I don't know what to do now. My sister and her son are in danger.
The first thing we've got to do is get hold of Lieutenant Levinson and tell him I found you. He'll give your family an armed guard if necessary.
But we don't know who these men are, who they're working for. You can't guard my sister and nephew forever.
That's a matter for the FBI. We've got 2 dead bodies to identify. They might give us a lead. Somebody just drove up.
We can see from this window.
You know the car?
Well, it looks like Willy's car.
Oh, it is your nephew.
Oh, why did he come here? Willy!
Oh, Uncle Gustav, we've been worried sick. We couldn't wait to hear from Mr. Diamond, so I drove up. Mother's beside herself.
Oh, sorry, Willy. I should have notified
Mr. Diamond said you left the station with the man.
We'll tell you all about it on the way back, Ehrlich. I've got to put in a call to the lieutenant and tell him to call off the dogs.
The telephone is in the other room, Mr. Diamond.
Thanks.
I'm sorry to make all this trouble, Willy.
I couldn't do anything else. What's this all about? Mr. Diamond mentioned something about a new rifle.
I was going to tell you, but I wanted to wait until I was certain of its performance.
Yes, but you certainly should have told me. I could have helped.
So was it, but
Hello?
Was no good. It was harm your career.
Hello, operator.
Uncle Gustav, you think that would have made it?
Operator.
What have to me, after all you and Anna have done for me? Oh, Mr. Diamond.
Hey, the phone's dead.
What?
We've never had any trouble with it before.
That's what I was afraid of. Where's that caretaker?
He was here a moment ago.
Albert! Albert!
Yes, sir.
The phone's dead, Albert.
Well, it was working all right a little while ago. I called the store and ordered some groceries.
Come on, you're going to show us those phone lines.
That's the phone line coming down from the trees. Over the house, right... Well, what do you know?
Yeah, the line's been cut.
What?
That's right, Mr. Hayden.
Mr. Diamond.
Now, just take it easy. Mr. Ehrlich, we're all going to pile in your car and get out of here.
Wait. Don't you see what this can mean? My sister's alone back in New York. You can't reach the police to give us the necessary protection.
Well, we certainly can't stay here.
We must. I can't take a chance on my sister's life. I will give them the rifle and the plans.
Oh, don't be ridiculous. If you give it to them, you don't think they're going to let you live, or for that matter, let any one of us get out of here alive.
I'm an old man. It doesn't matter.
Sorry. We're all getting into that car.
No, Mr. Diamond, I cannot.
Wait a minute, Diamond. In a way, he's right.
June 28, 1953, Richard Diamond on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox.
No offense, but are you a little fat when you look in the mirror? How would you like to learn the secrets to lose 3 to 5 pounds a week easily without joining the gym or going through any crazy diets? It's called Body Sculpt by Med Diet. For the last 2 decades, we've been helping people just like you that have pounds they want to shed. We've helped millions of people lose thousands and thousands of pounds over the years. And now it's your turn. Learn the secrets of how to lose weight with one simple phone call. You'll see an amazing difference in a matter of days. Don't believe us? We'll offer you a money-back guarantee. If you're ready to start losing weight right now, call right now to learn more about your risk-free order to Body Sculpt.
Call for your risk-free offer. 800-738-5332. 800-738-5332. 800-738-5332. That's 800-738-5332.
Are you in bad pain? You know what I mean. Your knees hurt. Your shoulder hurts. Your elbow and back are constantly killing you. And I'm sure you've tried every pain pill or cream available at the drugstore. Am I right? Well, here's something you haven't tried. Pain Magic. Pain Magic is not available at any drugstore. The only place you can get it is by calling the special toll-free number I'm about to give you.
And to make things even better, call right now and find out about our buy one, get one free offer. We're so confident it'll work for you that we offer a free bottle with your purchase. No prescription required.
Call now to learn how you can get Pain Magic and get rid of your pain. Remember, your results may vary.
800-492-8164. 800-492-8164. 800-492-8164. That's 800-492-8164.
Now on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox, the conclusion of Richard Diamond, Private Detective, June 28, 1953.
My mother's life is important also.
I can appreciate that, Mr. Ehrlich, but we're only presuming she might be in danger. We know that your uncle is, and that rifle's too important.
I won't leave.
Well, I'm afraid you'll have to, and I wouldn't like to use force. Now, come on, all of you get in that car.
Wait just a minute, Mr. Diamond. No one's leaving this cabin.
Look, Ehrlich.
You look.
Really? You don't have to use a gun.
I'm afraid I do, Uncle.
But you can't.
Shut up and get over there with Mr. Diamond.
Really?
Shut up, you old fool. Get over there.
You better do as he says.
But I don't understand.
It's not too hard to figure out.
Albert.
Yeah?
Go and get that rifle.
Well, now, wait a minute.
Go and get the rifle. Look, I'm the man you've been expecting.
You?
Of course. Do you think I would have hired you as caretaker unless I knew you were working with us? Now, go bring that rifle.
Yes, sir.
Really? You are behind all this?
Oh, now, don't be so naive, Uncle. I've been with the party for years.
The party?
Certainly. You didn't think we were a bunch of thugs, did you?
There's a difference?
That's all right, Diamond. Enjoy yourself. You don't have too long.
I simply can't believe it. And Anna?
Mother knows nothing about it. She couldn't understand.
And Albert telling everything I did.
That's how they kept such close tabs on you, Mr. Hayden. They tried to get the gun first by stealing it. When you came to my office, they thought you'd given me the plans and sent two of their strong arms to beat it out of me. That didn't pay off, so they had you picked up at the station. You gave the big man the wrong plans, and up came your sweet little nephew.
But why didn't Albert just steal it? He could have many times.
He'd have been the first one suspected.
Quite shrewd, Mr. Diamond.
Oh, yeah, I'm a dilly. You played it pretty cozy, too, Ehrlich. Even your own man didn't know you were running the show.
Here it is, Mr. Ehrlich. I brought some shells in case you wanted to see it work.
Good. Well, Uncle, I suppose you're just as interested in the performance of your rifle as I am. You can try it right here, Albert.
Yes, sir.
Pick a good target. Walk down the road about 100 yards and see if you can kill Mr. Diamond on the first shot.
Really?
Now, relax, Mr. Hayden. There's nothing we can do about it.
You are completely right for the first time, Mr. Diamond. Go ahead, Albert. Move away, Uncle, and if you try anything, Mr. Diamond, then I shall have to shoot you. Move away, Uncle.
No. I think I shall stand with my friend.
Mr. Hayden, please.
I am sure they don't intend to let me live anyway.
Oh, on the contrary, Uncle. We were planning a long voyage for you. We know of a place that could use a man of your talents.
I see. I prefer to stand with my friend.
Very well. Albert.
Yeah?
Don't do it, Mr. Hayden.
After Mr. Diamond, Mr. Hayden.
Both of them?
First, Mr. Diamond, then my uncle.
Okay. Is this good enough?
No, move farther down. I want my uncle to see how good his gun really is.
Okay. But the first couple of shots might be off. This thing hasn't been zeroed in yet.
Mr. Hayden, please get out of the way.
Is it all right if I smoke my pipe?
Oh, certainly.
There's nothing like a good pipe and good tobacco. Did you ever see Germany before the war, Mr. Diamond?
No.
In the spring, beautiful. I used to take long walks and smoke my pipe. I can't complain. I have some wonderful memories.
Did you ever see Hell's Kitchen in the middle of the summer?
No.
Stinks.
It's okay.
Well, Mr. Diamond?
Get it over with.
That's fine. All right, Albert.
I hope to talk with you again, Mr. Diamond. Someplace.
You're a nice guy, Gus.
Mr. Diamond.
Is he dead?
Oh, I don't know. I'm still too scared to find out.
You're scared? I didn't know whether I could hit him or not. You made a fine rifle, Mr. Hayden.
Mr. Diamond, he shot Willie. He wasn't even trying to hit you.
Oh, I think I'd better sit down.
But I don't understand.
Oh, wait until good old Albert gets back here. I think you'll find out he's more than a caretaker, bless his little heart. And good old Albert was a little more than a caretaker. His real name was Baxter, special agent for the FBI, working for the past 6 years as undercover man inside Ehrlich's organization. The last time I saw Gus, the government had accepted his rifle. He was smiling and smoking his old pipe. We talked for a long time, just like he had hoped we would.
Richard Diamond, Private Detective, stars Dick Powell in the title role and was written by Blake Edwards with music composed and conducted by Frank Worth. Dick Powell directed the RKO production Split Second, which is now in release. And his latest film appearance was in the Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer award-winning The Bad and the Beautiful. Heard in tonight's cast were Wilms Herbert, Arthur Q. Bryan, Clayton Post, John Daner, Virginia Gregg, and Tim Graham. Richard Diamond, Private Detective, is transcribed in Hollywood by Jaime Del Valle. This is Bill Foreman inviting you to be with us next Sunday at this time when Rexall Drug Products again bring you Dick Powell as Richard Diamond, private detective.
No singing in this summer series. June 28, 1953, Dick Powell, Richard Diamond, private detective on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox.
Are you suffering with arthritis or osteoporosis? Do you have diabetes? Did you know that these are just 2 of the hundreds of diseases that have seen improvement with Dr. Wallach's incredible longevity products? You can't get them at a health food store. The only way to get them is to call us at 800-214-0065. That's 800-214-0065. Do you have heart disease, fibromyalgia, or high blood pressure? Do you have a terrible time losing weight? Dr. Wallach can help. He was a veterinarian and cured diseases in animals. He felt that he could do the same for humans, so he became a physician. Over 50 years of research and helping people like you goes into every bottle of Dr. Wallach's amazing discoveries. Do you want to feel better? Learn how to treat the cause of your problem rather than covering up the symptoms with drugs. Call 800-214-0065. That's 800-214-0065.
Now on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox, Part 4, the 5-part yours truly Johnny Dollar story, The Longshot Matter. This originally broadcast June 28, 1956.
From Hollywood, it's time now for...
Johnny Dollar.
Oh, this is Dr. Van Clauser returning your call, Mr. Dollar.
Oh, yes, Doctor.
May I ask who recommended me?
I inquired about a good psychiatrist, and it came of you.
Oh, yes. Well, the first step is usually an office appointment for a preliminary chat.
That's what I had in mind. Today?
My schedule is quite full. Would tomorrow be suitable?
Today would be better.
Oh, I see. But there should be ample time.
There should be ample time, but there isn't. In fact, I'm running out of it fast.
Very well. 11 o'clock.
Dust off your couch.
Tonight, and every weekday night, Bob Bailey in the transcribed adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. From Special Investigator Johnny Dollar, location Los Angeles, California. To National Underwriters Association, 1180 River Road, Hartford, Connecticut. Assignment, The Longshot Matter. Johnny Dollar, hypochondriac, complete with assorted medical advisors. I needed one of them before I even got down to the lobby of my hotel. It was the house medic, that's item 5, $5, who'd patched me up yesterday after a thug had worked me over in the hotel garage. Now came checkup time, and the doctor was a fusser, and he disapproved of me.
Hold still now, hold still.
Yeah, but that's my head you're digging into.
I wouldn't have to if somebody else hadn't split it open. There.
Hey.
Well, it looks a little better.
Yeah, well, don't sound so enthusiastic.
Walking into a wall.
It's the best I could think of at the moment.
Likely story. Hold still now. I want to redress that wound on the other side. Hold still.
Temper. Funny, he was working on the outside of my head, but it was the inside that ached most. There were reasons, lots of them. Like the murder of a sick old woman the same day I'd arrived, and the anonymous note that had warned of it. Like the victim's husband and an ex-convict accusing each other of committing the crime. It was a rough one, real rough, because the picture kept changing from minute to minute, and my company was on the hook for $100,000. At 11 o'clock, I sat across the desk from Dr. Hans Van Clauser, psychiatrist, in his Beverly Hills office. He was small, spectacled, and charmingly Viennese. More important, he was the analyst who was treating Eric Palmquist, the murdered woman's son.
Now, Mr. Dollar.
Afraid I owe you an apology, Doctor. I deceived you a little bit. I'm not exactly here as a patient.
Oh, everyone finds it difficult to begin, Mr. Dollar. Suppose we hear some of the medical history first.
I tell you, we're off on the wrong foot, Doctor, and it's my fault. Here, take a look at these, my credentials.
I see, then you're hardly here as a patient.
About a patient, let's say.
My dear Mr. Dollar, I think you know very well that I can reveal nothing which is told to me in this room.
I know that.
Then the purpose of this visit?
I just want answers from a competent authority about a certain illness. I won't bring personalities into it. It's important, Doctor.
And the particular illness?
Something called circulatory lability.
You know that it's a form of extremely provoked hypertension?
Yeah, that much I do.
Hypertension is the result of anxieties. The anxieties may be real or fancied, but the hypertension is very genuine indeed and very dangerous.
Dangerous to the extent that a man could turn to violence, maybe kill?
If sufficiently aroused, yes, it has happened.
I see. Thank you. Thank you very much. Item 7, 10 cents, recklessly squandered on a phone call to my hotel to check for messages. There was one. Lieutenant Berry of the L.A. Police Department would like to see me at my convenience. Would I? I would. You get practically nowhere ignoring police lieutenants. He stared at the bandage on my head and my assorted cuts and bruises, and his opening line was quite inspired. Oh, what happened to you? Somebody was pretty fast with a gun barrel last night.
Where'd it happen?
Garage under my hotel. It seems he didn't like my being in town.
You get a look at him?
Enough.
Want to go through the mug book?
No, I'll catch up with him someday. Besides, whoever was paying him is the interesting one.
Have it your own way.
Well, now, you didn't call me all the way down here for laughs, Lieutenant. Anything special on your mind?
Lonnie Miller, the guy we got sitting in cell number 8A, the prowler who shot Mrs. Palmquist.
So Dr. Palmquist insists.
He isn't the only one, Johnny, not anymore.
What?
Yeah. We finally traced the murder weapon. It was bought at a pawn shop in Burbank. The pawnbroker positively identified a mugshot of the buyer, Lonnie Miller.
Police identification evidence is a pretty tough thing to ignore. But I was still what the lieutenant called a hard sale. It wasn't stubbornness, simply the fact that I'm very large for motivation. It can be as wild, as woolly as they come, but it's got to be there somewhere. And somehow, with so many good ones around, the worn, faded man in cell 8A didn't rate in that company. I asked the lieutenant for a couple of minutes with Lonnie Miller. He shook his head as though he felt sorry for me, but okayed the visit anyway. Miller?
You're angry about something, Mr. Dollar. I can tell. It's in your face.
Yeah. About a story you told me the other day. About Dr. Palmquist giving you a lift, keeping you around town, then using you as a patsy so he could kill his wife. You want to change any of it?
You're asking if I lied, mister? Is that it?
That's it.
Yes, it figured to be like this sooner or later. Goodbye, mister.
Come on, Miller, talk to me.
Lie? Think I'd lie to the only man who even looked like he believed me?
You still haven't answered.
Mister, don't you think I know I haven't got a chance? That I'm dead? I don't even care anymore. But I didn't lie. Not one word.
A Burbank pawnbroker says you did. Says you bought the murder gun from him.
I've never even been in Burbank, I swear to you. How could I have bought the gun?
He identified a picture of you. Says you showed your driver's license as identification. Where is your license, Miller?
In my wallet, downstairs. They took everything when they booked me. Mr. Dollar?
Tell it to me all over again, Miller, from the minute Dr. Palmquist gave you the lift, step by step, every single detail. Tell it to me. He began slowly, haltingly. The words just kind of fell out of his mouth in a tired, hopeless fashion. It was the same story he told so many times now. I had reason for making him go through it, some small, hazy idea that was tugging at the back of my brain, jagged, undeveloped, but an idea. When I left the cell, I had Miller's permission to look in his wallet. The police custodian showed it to me 5 minutes after that. The license wasn't there. Expense account item 8, 10 cents, an L.A. newspaper, 3 days old. One which played up the Palmquist killing big, contained pictures of both Dr. Palmquist's grieving husband and Lonnie Miller, suspected killer. Purpose? To be used in backtracking. The drive down to Long Beach could have been pleasant. Sun, ocean, a relaxing type day, but not for me. Not with what was going on inside my head. Even the soft breeze coming in off the Pacific couldn't sweep the pieces together for me. Sure, for a few seconds, everything would make sense. Then, a moment later, some small fact would make the whole theory collapse. I knew one thing, though. If this whole deal was a frame, it was a great one, a work of art, something to be admired. provided your name was neither Lonnie Miller or National Underwriters. About 6 miles this side of Long Beach, I found what I was looking for, the little tacos joint where Miller claimed he and Dr. Palmquist had stopped for coffee.
Hola, amigo. You like some tacos?
Sure.
Sit down. It won't be a minute.
Owner around?
You're looking at him, amigo. Irving Gonzalez, owner.
Irving?
Sure. I had it changed. Nobody could pronounce Plutarco Gonzalez.
I see your point.
It doesn't pay to make problems for your customers in business.
Yeah.
When are you going to work up to asking the questions, amigo?
What?
I can make tacos blindfolded, and I can tell a cop the same way.
Well, you're not too far wrong. Want to take a look at this newspaper? Either of these men ever been in here?
And Dr. Victor Palmquist and Lonnie Miller. Oh, I read about that killing. Very interesting.
Yeah. Well, what about it, Irving?
What about what?
These men. Have they ever been in here, alone, together, anytime?
Yes, I mean, they look kind of familiar, but maybe it's only because I see them in the papers. You know...
Is that the best you can do?
Well, look, amigo, you stand behind a counter all day and everybody looks like everybody else. You wouldn't want me to make a guess, and that's all I'd be doing, guessing.
No, I wouldn't want that.
Here, nice and hot. Eat your tacos, amigo.
Thanks anyway. I'll skip them this time. Here.
You know something? I don't blame you. Hey, look at this. Pills.
Pills?
Pills. I eat them by the dozen. You know why, amigo? Tacos.
There's this about the racket. You try, you strike out, you can't waste time thinking about it. You get on to the next step. The step? Laura Considine, Dr. Palmquist's lovely alibi the night of his wife's death. Her house was only a few miles out of Long Beach. It seemed logical to head for it. I reached it about 20 minutes later, a large, old-fashioned and seemingly deserted house on a promontory that jutted out into the Pacific. Strikeout number 2, the hostile iron fence that circled it made its point. Keep out, so I did. Trespassing applies to everyone. From where I stood, I couldn't identify the car that suddenly roared away from the back of the house, but one thing was obvious, the driver was in a hurry, and I was getting nowhere. I decided to head back to town. It happened 5 minutes later as I rounded a curve on my way back to the Pacific Coast Highway. Choice, the Pacific on one side, granite cliffs on the other. I picked the cliffs. Funny what your mind does at moments like that. I remember looking at the mashed inside of the car and wondering which company carried the insurance policy. Then I thought of how good a marksman a man must be to pick off a tire from any of those cliffs. And then I remembered still another thing. Hadn't I been told about someone who was a great shot, who made it a rule to hunt 2 months out of the year no matter how busy he was? Sure. A highly respected citizen named Dr. Victor Palmquist.
Now, here's our star to tell you about the final exciting episode of this week's story.
Tomorrow, you want to hide something? Put it in plain view. Only don't go overboard on the system if you're hiding a murder. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, is transcribed in Hollywood. Written by Tony Barrett. It is produced and directed by Jack Johnstone. Be sure to join us tomorrow night, same time and station, for the next exciting episode of Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Roy Rowan speaking.
June 28, 1956, yours truly, Johnny Dollar on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Visit my webpage, classicradio.stream, where you can stream our shows on demand, learn more about classic radio collecting. Contact me there. You can even buy me a copy if you want to. It will go back into this show to help us find more and better classic radio theater shows. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please thank this station, support their advertisers, tell your friends. The great radio shows are right here at this spot on the dial. Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox on your favorite radio station.